have a strap or strap alternative. We'll start sitting. Let's find that balance of ribcage over pelvis, that sense that you are held, that the universe has got your back, and ears above shoulders. And we'll tune in, taking a deep breath in. Big sigh out. Fill up with what supports you, what has your back. Lean into who has your back. Take your shoulders by your ears. See if you can keep your gaze on the horizon line so you're not lifting your chin. Roll your shoulders back, down, forward, up a few times so your neck stays neutral. You might feel like you're getting a little double chin because your gaze is directly ahead. We'll go the other way, circling. And both shoulders up by your earlobes. Let them drop. Breathe in, tighten, maybe make fists, make a prune face. Let everything go. This time we're going to tighten our fists, squeeze our arms, make a prune face, wear your shoulders as earrings. And when you let go, reach your arms far away, spread your fingers. Yeah, you can stick out your tongue. Great. Let your chin come down, relax your arms. Draw a half neck roll. You could use your eyes if you want by looking up to the side and back down. Couple of half neck rolls, feeling where your neck is sticky. Looking around you, this can help us with the hypervigilance. When you feel even, come back to neutral, chin towards the place between your collarbones, roll up through center. Take your hands to your thighs. We'll do a little seated cat and cow. So really focus on your lower spine rocking, very end of your spine, tailbone curling under and reaching back. Link with breath. See if you can keep your chin neutral and your eyes on that horizon line. And notice how even as you're doing this cat and cow, by keeping your chin neutral, you're actually moving your neck. You're moving your lower spine and your neck when you keep your chin neutral. All right, find a place that feels even, and we'll turn around. So you're starting from the very end of your spine, turning, spiraling, looking over your shoulder, looking back behind you, unwinding. Let's compare this to the second side. So starting your rotation low, moving all the way along your spine, look behind you and unwind. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate something. Watch first. You can use a block instead. Without a strap, I'm going to bring the two bumps at the end of my skull right to the edge of the block. Then we might bring one leg up. You could just hold behind that leg. Now, if you do have the strap, take out the block. If you don't need it, I'm going to take the strap. It's very loose and long. I'm going to take it around 1 foot, make this big loop. When I pull on the buckle, I'm going to put it by the side of my head just so that it is really stable and I can reach it, but it won't move. It's sturdy. I've got the big round part of the back of my head centered on the strap, and the ball of my foot or my arch in the strap So these are the two ends of the loop. When you get here, your head completely lets go. So there's no effort for your head. You could put 2 feet in, but you could start with 1. So it's a head hammock. And yes, you'll get a little hamstring stretch at the same time. Now, if you don't feel quite ready for that, or you don't have the long strap, or it's not working for you, don't worry about it. You can still get lots of benefits. But you might notice the way my voice changes because of my head being in this position and the fact that I can really let my head go and surrender to gravity here. So it really does feel like it's hanging in a hammock. You might notice the different prosody, the different sound in my voice. Right. So if you've had one foot in there for a while, you can gently, carefully switch feet. You might also notice that after a while, your hamstrings get looser and it feels a little easier. You might even need to tighten up the strap a little bit. You could, with one foot or two, do a very small and gentle swaying. Once you've got the hang of letting your head and neck be held by the hammock, you could do a very gentle swing. If you're still worried about it or vigilant about it slipping and it doesn't feel quite right, I wouldn't do this yet. Just wait until you can really surrender to gravity, and it will happen. So you can breathe, you can make sound with your breath, and you can try different sounds now. All right. I've been on one side for a while, so I'm going to bring my other foot up, change to the other foot. Now you have choices in how you do this. I've got both legs straight, but you could have your bottom leg bent. You could do the voo sound, extending each part of that sound. You can create that subtle but impactful vibration inside. You can let it go for as long as you like and feel like you're vibrating it through your whole skull, your throat, upper shoulders. Anytime you feel like you've had enough of this head hammock, release out. And I would do it really consciously. You could clasp your hands, let one foot down, then the other, take off the strap, and you'll bring your head down to whatever height is the lowest that is comfortable. So if you need a little support under your head, no problem. All right, we'll just take our feet wide, drop our knees in toward each other. If you're still going with the head hammock, please enjoy, go for it. If you're up for it from this constructive rest, take your arms to the sides and bend your elbows so your palms face up. If you notice when you bend your elbows that your hands hover off the ground, bend your elbows less or bring your elbows closer to your hips until the backs of your hands can touch, palms facing up. We want this external rotation at our shoulders and that ease of backs of hands being held by the earth. And if this doesn't work for you at all, put your arms in a different position. Your hands are really held by the ground, by the earth. And you can feel that little stretch even before you begin. You might feel a little stretch from shoulder to shoulder in the front of your chest. All right, so we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, let both knees move to the left. Turn and look toward your right hand. On the inhale, you'll float your knees back up. Bring your nose back up and exhale your knees to your right and turn and look toward your left hand. So your arms are really heavy, supported. Continue at your pace with breath. So your nose and your knees go opposite directions, following the rhythm of your breath. There's one thing we could add on here if you'd like. The next time that your knees are to your right and your nose is to your left, you can take your right hand up in the air, keeping your elbow down. So your elbow is still on the ground, your right hand is in the air, and you can internally rotate your shoulder by hinging your palm facing down. So I'm going to demonstrate that sitting up in case you're not sure. So you could look at the screen for a moment like that. And then you'll inhale up and you'll switch. So just adding on to the windshield wiper, the marionette arms and the neck. When you feel done, even out, get to the place where you're back up to center, both arms in that goal post. Cactus position. And we'll hug our knees in. And you could grab one knee with each hand, let your knees drop open. Take your feet up toward the ceiling. Slide your hands any amount along your lower legs. So you're in a happy baby position. Wide feet, as if you're squatting wide on the ceiling. Relax your shoulders toward the earth, your head and neck toward the earth. Breathe. Play with your toes a little bit. And then circle your feet on your ankles. And circle your feet the other direction. Okay. Relax your feet. Keep your arms in this position or lower your hands a little bit. Whatever the back of your head is touching, you're going to press the back of your head down into it to activate your neck muscles. So activate your neck muscles and then relax. It's an isometric action. So you won't see much, but you will feel something. Press the back of your head straight down. Let go. Back of your head straight down. And let go. Start to flail your feet side to side. You can also flail your arms and have a little tantrum here. And then find your way to one side. Press your hands down. Ease yourself up to sit. We're going to do some shoulder flossing. So I would take out the loop of the strap. I'm going to sit, but you could stand if you'd like. We want that strap to be very loose, and the strap is not stretchy. Elbows are straight. I'd rather use a scarf than a stretchy band. So I've got the strap almost as broad as the length from hand to hand. It's a little bit shorter, and I'm pulling hard on that strap. I'm going to bring the strap up on the inhale and down on the exhale, just getting used to that motion. Firm pulling. After you've done this a few times, you may want to walk your hands a little closer to each other to see how this feels. Inhale up. Exhale down, firmly pulling. See if you can straighten out your wrists to feel all that strength along your back. Firmly pulling. We're not trying to get our strap above our head yet. Keep those elbows straight and firmly pull. Pull down. At any point you want to rest. What I see a lot is this. Trying to get my head forward so that I can get my strap behind my head. Is that good for our necks? If we know that our head is the weight of a bowling ball and that stacking our head above our shoulders and pelvis can keep that spinal alignment. I'm going to invite you to really keep your ears back, keep your eyes on that horizon line, even make a little double chin. And don't worry about whether your arms go back. If your arms do go back, you could stop there. Right? We're not trying to get our hands down behind us at this point. We're pulling and feeling that stretch in our shoulders. You could check yourself out in the screen for a moment. And if you're noticing that one arm is doing a lot of the work of stretching, just pay attention to that. If your elbows really want to bend, not the end of the world, but we're not bending our elbows or jutting out our ribs or chin to get a certain pose. Does that make sense? I know you know. So then you could make it a little looser and you could take it back behind you without taking your chin forward, without sticking your ribs in front. So we're slowly lowering down behind us. And then as you're pulling, you might go just between these, right? So back, and you'll feel the pulling in a different place, the front of your heart, those muscles across your chest that are doing the pulling. Ears are still back, neck is still long. We're pulling and we're inhaling up, exhaling down. And we can really focus on that strong pulling action. And then you might decide that after doing this for a while, you can go forward and down, up, back and down, and you can go between those two. Remember, you can do this standing if you feel like standing. So it is so tempting to arch and get all wild with it, and that's not wrong. However, we're trying for this action that is more smooth and fluid so that we can maintain that neutral spine and really work with the shoulder mobility. Release. Okay. Keep your right arm by your right ear. Give a little gentle tug with your left hand. So you see how left hand is out to the side. I'm going to turn my left thumb down. Notice that what that does for your shoulder. So when you turn your left thumb toward the floor, you'll be internally rotating your left shoulder. Now notice those ribs, lower back ribs, and neck again. See if you can line things up and breathe. So I'm pulling with both hands a little bit. And then I'm going to take my left hand back behind me. So the thumb is down, left hand is back behind me. See that? It's a gentle, gentle tug. Then release the tug, unwind that left hand. So now my thumb is up again. I'm going to let go with my left hand and bend my right elbow. My right hand still has the strap. Left hand coming to right elbow. You can lift your left elbow if you want to. So both elbows are lifted. Now breathe into your lower back ribs, feeling that expansion. Keep your gaze on your horizon line. We're holding with the left hand. We're going to take that right elbow across. Breathe into your right side ribs. So there's a little side bend here. Bring it up. Now let go with your left hand. Take your left hand out. Turn your thumb down again. So you see that rotation? Then take your hand behind, find the strap low by your butt. So I'm holding the strap down by my butt and I'm keeping space between my two hands. So it's not about walking my hands toward each other for now, right now. And keeping my right hand, keep your right hand at the base of your skull and your left hand by your butt. Give a gentle tug. Now your right hand will let go of the strap. Bring the strap into both hands, both arms up. Left arm by your left ear. You're holding the strap with both hands, gentle pull. Start to turn your right thumb to face down, internal rotation of your right shoulder. Gentle tug. Move your right hand back in space behind you any amount. If there's a twinge or a pinch, stop. Go forward again. Internal rotation, then your hand back behind you. Gentle tug with your left hand. And breathe. How are those lower back ribs? Can we soften? Can we draw our ears back? Have that sense, I am held. Who's got your back? May bring that right hand forward again, thumb up. Let go. Bend your left elbow. So as if you're patting your back with your left hand, then take your right hand in front, hold your left elbow. So from the front, take hold of your left elbow. And if it feels good, lift your right elbow. Now, what's happening with that spine? Can we find that neutral spine? Can we soften our face? Both elbows are lifted. We'll inhale. Exhale, bend to your right. So you're getting your left side ribs expanded. Breathing into those. Inhale anytime, back up. Let go with your right hand. Take your hand out to the side, turn your thumb down. Slide your hand behind your back, your lower back. Maybe you find that strap dangling there. So my right hand is holding the strap, but it's low. My left hand is near the base of my skull. Two hands are tugging gently on each other without strain. There's a lot of space between my two hands. I'm not worried about how close my hands are to each other. That gentle pulling action and that neutral spine. You might want to breathe in deeply and make a sound with your exhale. All right, let go with your left hand. Let your strap go. Palms can face up or down. If you're standing, let your arms dangle next to you. All right, let's take chin down toward the notch between your collarbones. Gentle half neck roll, using your eyes to gaze around you. Inhaling up, exhaling back down. Yes, we did this at the beginning, so it might be helpful to assess, non-judgmentally notice any nervous system changes, musculoskeletal changes, mental or emotional changes. And as you're finishing this up, please ask your body, what do I need? What do I most need right now? When you do feel done, roll your head up through center. Find that horizon line again. Have that sense that you are held, supported. What does my body most need in this moment? How can I provide for that need? Even if it's in a small way or in fantasy. I feel the need to bend one ear towards my shoulder and rub the opposite side of my neck. You can join me in that if you like. All right. I'm going to bring my hand up to the side of my head. And as I lift my head up, I'm going to get a little isometric action. So I'm pressing my head into that hand. You can do this with same side hand as well. All right, let it go. I'm going to bend my ear toward my same side shoulder on the second side. Reach up and rub the outer side of my neck. If your body is asking you for something else, please do that. Don't follow me when your body knows what it wants. Only if you're not sure. So you want to try this. I'm going to take my hand above my ear onto the side of my head and start to press my head up into my hand. I'm using isometric action to bring my nose right in line with my spine, pressing my head into my hand, and my hand is keeping my head there and letting that go. Okay, there's one more isometric action. Remember that we did the pressing back when we were lying down. There's one more we can do that we haven't done yet, which is forehead. I'm using my dominant hand to press into my forehead, and my forehead, without coming forward, is resisting. So my hand is trying to get my head back in space. My head is resisting. And let that go. All right. There will be more for our neck. I invite you to notice all the way down the chain how this might affect your hips, lower back, your nervous system, and your sense of safety. Bring a hand to your heart if you like. Inhale. Big sigh out. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.